You know what's interesting? Last week, a 68-year-old patient walked into my office holding a small bag of what looked like ordinary seeds. He said to me, "Doc, I don't know how to explain this, but my wife hasn't looked at me the way she did last night in over 10 years." What he was holding in his hand wasn't some exotic supplement or prescription medication. It was something so simple, so readily available, that most men walk past it in the grocery store without a second thought. But the science behind what this little seed does to male testosterone production is absolutely fascinating. I'm Dr. Sophia, and I've been specializing in men's sexual health for over 15 years. I've seen thousands of men over 60 walk through my doors, convinced that their intimate life is over. They come in with their heads down, whispering about how it just doesn't work anymore, how they feel like they've lost their manhood, how they're afraid their wives are losing interest. But here's what most men don't understand. When erections become weak or disappear entirely after 60, it's rarely about aging. It's about one specific hormone that your body has quietly stopped producing in the quantities it needs. And today, I'm going to show you exactly how 3 tiny seeds can signal your body to start manufacturing this hormone again. Before we dive in, if you're tired of feeling like your body has betrayed you, hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. What I'm about to share with you could change everything, and I don't want you to miss any of the follow-up content I'll be releasing. The hormone I'm talking about is testosterone. But not just any testosterone. We're talking about free testosterone, the active form that actually impacts your sexual function. Most men think testosterone just controls sex drive, but it's much more sophisticated than that. Testosterone is the master hormone that controls blood flow to the penis, the strength of your erections, your stamina, and even your confidence in intimate moments. After age 40, men lose approximately 1% of their testosterone production every year. By 60, many men are operating on half the testosterone they had in their prime. But here's the kicker. It's not just about the total amount. It's about bioavailability. You could have decent testosterone levels on paper, but if your body can't use it effectively, you'll still experience all the symptoms of low testosterone. Let me tell you about Robert, a 64-year-old retired engineer who came to see me 6 months ago. Robert was a proud man, the kind who fixed everything in his house with his own hands. But he couldn't fix this. He told me, "Doc, I feel like I'm letting my wife down. We've been married 38 years, and suddenly I feel like I'm not the man she married." Robert's blood work showed testosterone levels that were technically normal for his age, but they were at the very bottom of the normal range. More importantly, his free testosterone, the kind his body could actually use, was severely depleted. This is the story I hear every single day in my practice. Now, the seed I'm talking about isn't some ancient secret or exotic superfood. It's the pumpkin seed, specifically raw organic pumpkin seeds. And the science behind why these work is incredibly elegant. Pumpkin seeds contain the highest natural concentration of zinc of any food. Zinc is the cofactor that your body needs to produce testosterone. Without adequate zinc, your testosterone production literally shuts down. Most men over 60 are severely zinc deficient, and they don't even know it. But that's just the beginning. Pumpkin seeds also contain magnesium, which works synergistically with zinc to enhance testosterone production. They're loaded with healthy fats that your body uses as the building blocks for hormone synthesis. And they contain compounds called phytosterols that help block the conversion of testosterone into dihydrotestosterone, the hormone that actually shrinks your prostate and can interfere with sexual function. Here's what makes this so powerful. When you eat 3 pumpkin seeds daily, you're not just supplementing nutrients. You're providing your body with the exact raw materials it needs to restart testosterone production that may have been dormant for years. But Robert's story gets even more interesting. The first thing he noticed wasn't sexual function. It was energy. "I woke up feeling like I had slept deeply for the first time in months," he told me. The second thing he noticed was his mood. "I felt more confident, more like myself." The sexual benefits came third, but they were dramatic. Within 3 weeks, Robert reported that his morning erections, something he hadn't experienced in over 2 years, were returning. His libido increased. Most importantly, His performance anxiety disappeared because his body was responding reliably again. You might be wondering, why haven't I heard about this before? The answer is simple. There's no patent on pumpkin seeds. No pharmaceutical company can make billions of dollars selling you something you can buy at any grocery store for a few dollars. The beauty of this approach is that you're not masking symptoms. You're addressing the root cause. When your body has the raw materials it needs to produce testosterone naturally, everything else falls into place. Your energy improves, your mood stabilizes, your muscle mass increases, and yes, your sexual function returns. Now, I know what you're thinking. If it's this simple, why isn't everyone doing it? That's a fair question, and the answer lies in the details. It's not just about eating pumpkin seeds. It's about eating the right kind, at the right time, in the right way to maximize absorption and effectiveness. But nutrition alone isn't enough. Your body also needs the right environment to utilize these nutrients effectively. That's where the next part of our strategy comes in. Creating the optimal hormonal environment requires more than just raw materials. It requires timing, synergy, and understanding how your body actually processes these nutrients. This is where most men make critical mistakes that sabotage their results. The first mistake is eating pumpkin seeds by themselves. When you eat zinc-rich foods in isolation, your body can only absorb about 15% of the available zinc. But when you combine pumpkin seeds with vitamin C, that absorption rate jumps to over 40%. This is why I tell my patients to eat their 3 pumpkin seeds with a small piece of citrus fruit or a few strawberries. Let me share another patient story that illustrates this perfectly. Michael, a 62-year-old farmer, started eating pumpkin seeds after reading about them online. After 6 weeks, he hadn't noticed any improvement and was ready to give up. When he came to see me, I discovered he was eating the seeds with his morning coffee, and coffee actually blocks zinc absorption. I had Michael switch to eating his pumpkin seeds with his breakfast fruit, and within 2 weeks, everything changed. His energy levels soared, his mood improved, and his wife noticed the difference in his confidence and vitality. The same seeds, but with proper timing and combination, made all the difference. This brings us to the second critical factor: timing. Your body's testosterone production follows a natural rhythm. The highest production occurs in the early morning hours, typically between 6 and 8 a.m. This is why many men notice that their sexual function is stronger in the morning than at night. By eating your pumpkin seeds first thing in the morning, you're providing your body with the raw materials right when it's naturally primed to produce testosterone. This creates a synergistic effect that amplifies the natural hormonal rhythm your body is trying to maintain. But here's where it gets even more interesting. Pumpkin seeds don't just provide zinc and magnesium. They contain a specific amino acid called tryptophan that your body converts into serotonin. While serotonin is often thought of as the happiness hormone, it also plays a crucial role in testosterone production regulation. When serotonin levels are balanced, your body produces testosterone more efficiently. When they're out of balance, testosterone production becomes erratic. This is why many men notice that their sexual function improves not just physically, but emotionally when they start this protocol. The third factor is preparation. Not all pumpkin seeds are created equal. The seeds you find in most stores are often roasted, salted, and processed in ways that destroy many of the beneficial compounds. For maximum effectiveness, you want raw, organic pumpkin seeds that still contain their natural oils and nutrients. I also recommend soaking the seeds overnight before eating them. This process, called sprouting, increases the bioavailability of nutrients by up to 300%. It also makes the seeds easier to digest and reduces the phytic acid content that can interfere with mineral absorption. Here's the protocol I give to my patients. Take 3 raw, organic pumpkin seeds that have been soaked overnight. Eat them first thing in the morning with a small piece of citrus fruit. Follow this with a glass of water and wait at least 30 minutes before having coffee or tea. But nutrition is only part of the equation. Your body also needs the right physical environment to maximize testosterone production. This is where sleep quality becomes crucial. Testosterone is produced primarily during deep sleep, specifically during the REM stages. Many men over 60 suffer from sleep disruption, which directly impacts their hormone production. The magnesium in pumpkin seeds actually helps improve sleep quality by relaxing the nervous system and promoting deeper, more restorative sleep cycles. James, a 65-year-old retired teacher, noticed this effect within the first week. "I was sleeping through the night for the first time in years," he told me. "And I was waking up feeling rested instead of groggy." Better sleep led to better hormone production, which led to improved sexual function. The fourth factor is consistency. Your body doesn't produce testosterone in response to a single dose of nutrients. It responds to consistent, daily signals that tell it hormone production is needed and supported. This is why the protocol requires daily consumption for at least 8 to 12 weeks to see full results. Think of it like physical exercise. You wouldn't expect to get stronger from one workout, but consistent daily exercise creates profound changes over time. The same principle applies to hormonal health. There's also a compound in pumpkin seeds called cucurbitin that has a unique property. It helps improve blood flow to the pelvic region. This is crucial because testosterone production is one thing, but if the blood flow isn't there to support erectile function, you won't see the full benefits. This is why some men notice improvements in erectile quality before they notice improvements in libido. The improved blood flow creates more reliable erections, which restores confidence, which reduces performance anxiety, which creates a positive feedback loop. The synergy between improved testosterone production and improved blood flow is what makes this protocol so effective. You're not just addressing one aspect of sexual health. You're creating a comprehensive improvement in multiple systems that all work together. But there's one more crucial element that most men overlook, and it's the reason why some men see dramatic results while others see modest improvements. The missing piece that determines whether you experience modest improvement or dramatic transformation is something I call hormonal momentum. This is the difference between simply providing your body with nutrients and actually optimizing your entire hormonal environment for maximum testosterone production. Let me explain what I mean through the story of David, a 67-year-old retired police officer who came to see me last year. David had been struggling with erectile dysfunction for 3 years. He had tried everything: medications, supplements, even considering more invasive treatments. Nothing worked consistently. David was skeptical about the pumpkin seed protocol, but he was willing to try anything. However, instead of just eating 3 seeds, I had him implement what I call the complete testosterone reset. This involves the pumpkin seeds, but also addresses the other factors that either support or sabotage testosterone production. The first additional factor is stress management. Chronic stress produces cortisol, and cortisol is testosterone's biggest enemy. Every time your cortisol levels spike, your testosterone production shuts down. Many men over 60 are dealing with chronic low-level stress from health concerns, financial worries, or relationship issues. David's stress was coming from his frustration with his sexual performance. Every time he anticipated intimacy, his stress levels would spike, his cortisol would increase, and his testosterone would plummet. It was a vicious cycle that the pumpkin seeds alone couldn't break. I taught David a simple breathing technique to use before intimate moments. Just 5 minutes of deep rhythmic breathing can lower cortisol levels by up to 30%. Combined with the testosterone support from the pumpkin seeds, this created an environment where his body could actually use the hormones it was producing. The second factor is body composition. Fat tissue, especially abdominal fat, contains an enzyme called aromatase that converts testosterone into estrogen. The more body fat you carry, the more testosterone gets converted into estrogen, leaving less available for sexual function. The healthy fats in pumpkin seeds actually help with this process. They provide the building blocks for hormone production while also supporting metabolic health. But they work even better when combined with light resistance exercise. I'm not talking about intense workouts. Just 15-20 minutes of bodyweight exercises 3 times per week can increase testosterone production by 15-20% in men over 60. The combination of proper nutrition and light exercise creates what I call metabolic synergy. David started doing simple push-ups, squats, and planks every other day. Within 6 weeks, he had lost 12 pounds and reported feeling stronger and more energetic than he had in years. More importantly, his erectile function had improved dramatically. The third factor is hydration, but not just any hydration, structured hydration. Your body needs adequate water to transport nutrients and hormones effectively. But most men over 60 are chronically dehydrated, which impairs nutrient absorption and hormone distribution. I recommend drinking a large glass of water immediately upon waking, before eating the pumpkin seeds. This helps optimize nutrient absorption and supports the body's natural detoxification processes that clear metabolic waste that can interfere with hormone production. The fourth factor is timing of meals. Insulin spikes from large meals can suppress testosterone production for hours. This is why I recommend eating the pumpkin seeds on an empty stomach, waiting 30 minutes before eating anything else, and then having smaller, more frequent meals throughout the day rather than 3 large ones. When David implemented all these factors together, the results were remarkable. Within 8 weeks, he reported that his erectile function had returned to levels he hadn't experienced in over 5 years. His energy was consistently high throughout the day. His mood was stable and positive. Most importantly, his confidence had returned. But here's what really amazed me. David's wife called my office to thank me. She said, "I have my husband back, not just sexually, but emotionally. He's present and engaged in ways he hasn't been in years." This is what I mean by hormonal momentum. When you optimize multiple factors simultaneously, you create a compound effect that's much greater than the sum of its parts. The pumpkin seeds provide the raw materials, but the complete protocol creates the environment where those materials can be used most effectively. Now, I want to address something important. Some of you might be thinking, this sounds too simple to work. That's exactly the point. Your body is designed to function optimally when given the right conditions. The complexity comes from all the factors in modern life that interfere with natural hormone production. By removing those interferences and providing targeted nutritional support, you're not forcing your body to do something unnatural. You're allowing it to do what it was designed to do. This is why the results are not just effective, but sustainable. The key is consistency and patience. Hormonal changes don't happen overnight. Most men start noticing improvements in energy and mood within 2 to 3 weeks. Sexual function typically improves over 6 to 8 weeks. Full optimization usually takes 3 to 4 months. But here's what I want you to understand. This isn't about returning to who you were in your 20s or 30s. This is about being the best version of yourself at your current age. It's about reclaiming vitality, confidence, and intimacy that you may have thought were lost forever. Your sexual health is not a luxury. It's a fundamental component of your overall well-being. It affects your confidence, your relationship, your sense of masculinity, and your quality of life. You deserve to feel vital and confident at any age. If this information has been helpful, please hit the like button and subscribe to this channel. Share your success stories in the comments. I read every single one, and they inspire other men to take action. Remember, intimacy doesn't have an expiration date. Your body was designed to function throughout your entire life. Give it the tools it needs, create the right environment, and watch as it remembers how to be strong, vital, and responsive again. The power to reclaim your sexual health is literally in your hands. 3 small seeds consumed consistently with the right support system can help you rediscover the man you thought you had lost. Your journey back to vitality starts today.